Hi everyone, and welcome back to Nick's Diecast. For today's video, I'll be showing you and reviewing this 1/18 scale 1993 BMW 325i convertible made by Maisto. I found this model on eBay for $31 shipped, and it's a really cool model because it has this awesome working convertible top on it. I've been looking for one of these models for quite some time now, so I'm really happy to finally have one. Later on in the video, you will see a demonstration of how the roof works and whatnot. But this model came in two different versions. There are versions that come with the soft top and versions that don't have the soft top. Now, versions without the soft top, they will have an opening trunk, and the boot back here still opens, but you just don't have the soft top inside of it. Apparently, one indication to tell if you're getting a working soft top model or a model without a soft top is how the car is labeled on the model's box. So if it says BMW 325i convertible, then it will likely have a soft top. And if it just says BMW 325i, then it likely won't have a soft top. But you can easily just add the soft top mechanism if you want to. I have looked at how this works. And if you get, like, let's say a well-preserved model of this without the top, you could easily get maybe like a beat up version with the top and maybe put in the top from the beat up model into your nicer model. And also on versions of the model that have the soft top, you will see on the box, it'll have a picture of the car with the top going up and down. That will be on either the plastic as like a little sticker, or you'll see it on like the side flaps of the lid. You can see more of these specific details on the box in my unboxing video that I will link down below in the description. So this model came in a variety of colors. In terms of colors that the soft top model came in, it came in this nice white with the black interior. It also came in a dark navy blue with the red interior. Well, it was actually a two-tone black and red. It also came in black and also a hard-to-find dark green with a gray interior. I've only seen a couple pictures of this version. And that came in a special box too, so that was probably like some kind of limited edition. And models without the soft top, they came kind of in the same colors, except without the soft top, it also came in a lighter blue. And Maisto made both versions of this model for quite some time. The soft top version was made from 1993 until I believe 2002, according to HobbyDB.com. And the model without the soft top was made from 1993 until 2005. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the details of this model here. We'll start up here with the front. Maisto, I think, did a decent job with these headlights. So you can see there is quite a large gap between the hood and the top of the lens here. Same thing on this side, and there are two pegs. They are kind of hidden just a little bit, but the overall shape of the lights, I think, is great. This is kind of the trademark BMW 3 Series look of the 1990s. 1993 was actually the first year of the convertible version of the 325i. It also came as a station wagon, a sedan, all kinds of body styles. I mean, today the 3 Series just comes as a sedan, but back in the day, you pretty much get this in every single body style except for like a pickup truck, which is very cool. These grills here, they are actually see-through grills. They have the perforated slats on there. They are a little bit kind of popping out just a little bit, but you can always just kind of push them back into place. There is kind of a little chrome border around them too, which looks nice. And this lower grill down here and bumper is a separate piece, and that's actually a true grill too. And these turn signals down here, they're actually separate pieces, which look great. And then you get this black plastic trim going around the whole entire car. That's this whole separate piece. That is not just a painted on stripe. And all the versions of this model will come with that. Of course, on the black version of the model, you'll still have this. You just won't be able to see it because it matches the color of the car. Now, this BMW logo up here is actually a sticker, but so just be careful when you're cleaning up the model and stuff. You don't want to rub it off. The paint on this model is, once again, most of Maisto's 1990s models don't have the best quality of paint. Like, there's some bubbling a little bit back there, a little bit up here and whatnot. If Maisto were to re-release this model today, the paint would be perfect. It would have a metallic look to it and probably be nice and smooth. This is one of Maisto's, I think, better paint jobs on their 90s models. There isn't that much orange peel, but it is noticeable in some areas. But aside from that, the paint looks good. It really looks good, like the white paired with the black interior and the black top. Moving along to the side here, pretty sizable panel gaps on all, and there's some of the paint bubbling on there too. Pretty large gaps throughout the model with the doors and the other opening features. If you were to get a darker color, you probably wouldn't see these as much, but if you get the white or the red versions of this model, I forgot to mention that this model also came in red with the two-tone black and red interior. But the white and red versions, you'll definitely be seeing these gaps, but on the darker colors like blue and black, you probably won't be seeing them as much. But a lot of Maistos have that issue anyway from the 90s, so it's not a big deal. These mirrors are actually made of metal, and they're actually a part of the door, so they won't be breaking off whatsoever. And same thing with this windshield here, too. That's a fully metal framed piece, which is very nice to see. These wheels and tires look great. They are branded as, I think, Dunlop tires. They have this kind of six-spoke look to them. Now, newer versions of this model don't have the BMW logo on the wheels, which is kind of annoying, but this is an older version, so you do get the logo. You do get the spinning discs, and of course you get full steering. It's actually pretty good steering too, and suspension on this model. It's better in the back than it is in the front, just so you know. Taking a look at the back here, you'll see it has a BMW 325i license plate. That's also in the front. This BMW badge is also a sticker, but the 325i is actually painted on, so it's kind of unusual that they went to the trouble of painting that on, but not painting on the BMW logos. Now, Maisto's other BMW models, they have separate badges, like their M6 convertible, separate badges, their Z8, separate badges. But this, again, this is from the early 90s. They were just starting out with making models, so it's not that big of a deal. Just be careful, again, with, cleaning it and whatnot. You get a lower exhaust pipe down here. It's all chromed out, so it looks a bit cheap, but aside from that, I think it looks okay. In terms of opening features, because this is the working soft top version of the model, you do not get an opening trunk. Versions that do not have the soft top will have an opening trunk. So that's a little bit of a drawback, but you do get this working roof, so I think having the trunk sacrificed is just fine. So we will get to the top right now, actually. So as you can see, the top is actually very well done. It's not a very well-fitting piece, so you can see there's some exposed braces and stuff on here. But it does fit overall well with the car. And if you run your finger along it, it does feel like the real material that the soft top would actually be made of. This windshield back here kind of reminds me of saran wrap. This is very fragile, so don't touch it at all because you might actually poke a hole in it. So although the soft top feature is cool, it's a very kind of delicate and fragile piece, and you don't want to be using it too much or you might risk damaging it. But we'll kind of take a little bit of a look here. I have a clip coming up where you'll see the full-on demonstration of this roof mechanism. But it's hooked up here onto the windshield, so you just kind of loosen it a little bit like that. And you can kind of see how the soft top works. It has this kind of frame in there that folds and bends, and then it actually folds into the rear boot back here. So then you want to lift this up, and then at the same time, this piece will come up. You can see there's the inside of the trunk and stuff, and the soft top kind of rests inside like this. And then there it is kind of midway up. And it's cool to display the model like this too, have the soft top kind of up in the air, just a little bit to kind of show off that it works, I guess. And then you just kind of jury it into place like this. Kind of hard to do with one hand. And then you push it into place like this, and then this boot cover comes down like so. And then there you go, you have a convertible. Now this piece does not close all the way. If you get a version that does not have the soft top, you won't have this issue. It'll look very flush, kind of close up like that. But the soft top, it doesn't fully fit in there too well. And you don't want to force this down because you might risk breaking any of the mechanisms. So you don't want to do that. And since we're talking about extra features, here's another cool feature. If you look at this button here, you push it, and these rear bars pop up. And this comes on both versions of this model, the soft top and the non-soft top version. It'll have this kind of cool little feature back there. And it's cool to have the car like this too. You have the roll bars up and the top down. It looks very well done. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the engine detailing next. We'll open up the hood here. Typical of Maisto's 1990s models, the engine is very well done, made up of multiple pieces, as you can see here. You can see there's some red wires kind of poking out down there. And the main block here looks good as well. It says BMW on this side, and all the hoses and wires and stuff are back here. You can actually see all the way down to the bottom of the car too, which is cool to see. Under sprayed hood. If this was a newer model, they would probably put a liner. But I think what's there, it looks very well done. We'll take a look at the interior detailing next. So the doors do open, of course, on dog legs. Not too much to see on the door panels here. There is a nice kind of leather pattern going across, but there's no coloring whatsoever. I might actually go in there and maybe do the silver like door handles or something like that, but this could be like this on the real car. It's kind of all one color. There are like little speakers down here. It's all kind of very hard to see. At least they do a nice job with like the texture and whatnot, but that's really it for those door panels. The seats, I would say, are very well done. I think Maisto did a good job with the overall shape and finish of them. They have kind of leather wrinkles in them too. And you actually get a seat belts too. I may actually paint these buckles silver, just to add a little bit of more detail in there. But the seats look and feel like the real leather, and they look very well done. We'll push down these roll bars back here, like so. The front seats actually do fold and move, which is a very cool feature. This one's a little bit off-center, just a slight bit, and I've seen models of this on eBay that have seats like bent down or bent back. That wouldn't be permanent if you go in there and just kind of bend it back yourself, but I'm not going to move these around too much because I want to kind of keep them like nice and straight. But yeah, it's kind of just one color on the interior here. On some versions of this model, they will come with the red seats. If you get the navy blue, the red version, or the black version, they all come with red seats and the black boot cover and the black like door panels and whatnot. The light blue and white versions have the black interior. So if you're kind of shopping around for colors, that's like the choices that you have. And the rare dark green version, I think that's more of like a grayish interior than it is black. So there is a fair bit of a color combos you can get, which I think is very cool. Now the dashboard and center console detail, it's not the best that I've seen on these older like Maistos. The vents are, I think, okay. They just could use a little bit more detailing. And the pattern on the dashboard is a little bit overly amplified, like this kind of leather pattern that you see here. And the whole center stack with buttons is just a big giant sticker. That's like a Barago model feature, but Maisto did it on here. A little bit disappointing, I would say, but I mean, I think that's made up for by the fact that you can actually like fold up the top on this model for sure. But yeah, that's a little bit annoying that they have that feature on there. The flooring does have kind of a rough texture, like it would be carpeting, but it's just plastic. And you do actually have these adjustable sun visors too, which is a cool feature. So I think Maisto kind of makes up for the lack of detail on this interior with all the extra features. Like you have these adjustable roll bars, you have the working top, you have the adjustable sun visors. I think that all more than makes up for the lack of opening trunk and the lack of detail on the interior. Now, newer versions of this model made in the early to mid 2000s will have better paint quality. I've seen pictures of the dark metallic blue convertible and the light blue convertibles from like the early 2000s, and I think they look better on the outside and everything, but they won't come with the working top. But even so, that is not really a bad thing, because you could always in the future modify your model to include that workable top. There are pedals that are just extremely kind of set far back, and they're very hard to see. I'm kind of running my finger along them now. And the steering wheel detail actually does look good. The BMW logo, I wish they actually painted on there, but you can actually see they mold in the letters BMW and do that like rotary logo in the center. And the pattern actually looks well done on this steering wheel here. Of course, it does turn with the front wheels as well. Go ahead and close that up. On the undercarriage, there is a fair bit of detailing, especially with this engine here. There's actually a visible fan there and some pulleys, which I think is a cool touch. And the exhaust pipes run from up here all the way to the back. I think Maisto did a great job with that. Of course, they are chrome exhaust pipes, but at least they're the right shape, and they do run across the whole car. I guess we'll end this video off by putting the top up. To put the top up, you just open up the boot cover back here. Then you pull this out. Again, there's how the inside of the top looks. And again, it's not a very like flush or seemingly nice looking or a seemingly well-fitting piece, but it is really cool that this model has that feature. We'll kind of pull it up. Here. You do have to use two hands to pull this boot, to pull the boot down and pull the back of the roof up. All right, we got the top back on. This is a very, very cool feature, especially for like a Maisto model. There are other models out there that have workable soft tops like this one. Anson made a Mercedes-Benz CLK from 1998 that has a workable soft top on some versions. And of course, you have many models that have working hard tops. Like the Mercedes SL and SLK. A lot of their models have been made in scale 118 from other manufacturers. And Motormax made the Lexus, I think it was the SC430, and that had a working roof too. But this one, if you're lucky enough to find a version with the working top, and even the version without the top, I would say overall is a great model. They're both very well done, and I would recommend them both. I hope this video was helpful in terms of the review. Feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on this model, or if you have one in your own collection. Thanks for watching.